Mark Santiago here, and welcome to the Empowered AF podcast, where each episode we share powerful strategies to help you communicate, act, and lead like an empowered man. Thanks for joining me.
All right, what is up, guys? So I've got 10 minutes to do this, so I'll probably only get this done in part one, if you will. There's really three different mindsets that I want to attack in this. A victim, if you know the drama triangle, is basically the person who is always looking for somebody to feel sorry for them. They're always looking for people to, get on their side and blame the other people. There's a lot of shame inside of victims. And now there's a difference between being the victim of abuse or a crime and someone who basically is victimized. The difference would be the mindset of how you approach this. And so I want to talk about three different ways that you could be projecting this in your own life, because as I deal with a lot of men, I see this both in clients and non-clients, but the most successful guys I deal with have learned that they are not victims of their circumstance. They're not victims of what they're going through, that they may have been victimized and they may have had things happen to them, but that doesn't mean they have to live that out, and that doesn't have to be the reality. So the first victim mindset I want to talk about is that victims view everything through the lens of defeat. That means that everything they see happening around them, it's constantly a defeatist attitude. It's constantly like nothing's ever going to make sense. I won't win. I was talking to a couple guys recently where their wives are just dead set on divorce. And, I'm like, what are you going to do about it? Like, what's your plan? They're like, pretty much curl up and die. And I was like, what? And so, he's taking this sort of victim mindset to the nth degree because he just is defeated. Psychologists will talk about the idea of learned helplessness. And that is where when we are abused for a certain period of time, we sort of learn to become helpless in our situation, in our scenario. And that is a true victim, is someone who feels like they have been victimized and there's nothing they can do. And so they just kind of go through life with this lens of defeat. And some of you right now are in that scenario where you feel defeated and you feel like there's nothing I can do that's going to change anything. There's nothing I can do that's going to make things better. And so you feel defeated and you're looking at life through that. Let me give you an alternative perspective. Empowered men view everything through the lens of what is possible. Empowered men view everything through the lens of what is possible. See, that possibility is what changes our perspective. The lens that we put on, the glasses we are wearing, if we are wearing victim glasses, we're going to see everything through the lens of defeat. But if we take those glasses on and put on new glasses, the empowered man glasses, we start looking around and go, what is possible for me in this situation? And it's not just how do I make the best of the situation? It's what is best for me in this situation. Who do I need to be? That's why I always ask that question to you guys is who do you want to be in the next 3 to 6 months? What kind of man do you want to be? In our VIP program, we take them through what's called a character exercise. And we talk about a character that they would want to be, whether that's James Bond or Jesus or LeBron James or some character, and looking at how that character then approaches the situation they're in. There's a great book by Todd Herman called The Alter Ego Effect. And the alter ego that he works with sports people, he works with entertainers, and they all have this alter ego that they put on when they go to do their performance, their shows or whatever. And because they don't feel adequate themselves, they put on this sort of alter ego. Beyonce was one of the famous ones. Her actual alter ego name was Sasha Fierce. And she used that as a way to feel different before she went on stage, to feel like she didn't have to be afraid, that she was this sexy, beautiful, powerful woman. And so when you're looking at everything through the mindset of defeat, you have your alter ego really is just this false person. And what I would encourage you guys to do is to take that off and to put on the lens of an empowered man, which is what is possible in my situation? What is possible in my scenario? What can I be doing? What actions should I be taking? Because if you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, yeah, you'll get a few people to feel sorry for you with you. I'm not going to be one of them. This group won't be one of them. Maybe some guys in this group will try to do that, but we kick them out or we tell them, hey, don't do that, because you don't need to be coddled. Yes, you might need nurture and you might need some sort of validation of your feelings, but I'm not going to validate you and just let you go away. Your feelings are fine; they need to be validated, but it doesn't mean you just stop there. What it means is that you actually take on this new way of living. It means that you put on this new lens of what's possible. All right, let me get to the next one. Victims pull everyone into their pity party. Oh my gosh, I hate this one. If you've ever been around someone who's always just the world is against them, and everything sucks and all this stuff, they try to pull other people into that. They want other people to feel sorry for them. I see this a lot in guys where, especially if they've been wronged, their wife has cheated on them or something like that, they'll go and make friends with the family, they'll go make friends with other friends, and they'll try to get out ahead of everything to pull everyone into their pity party of like, feel sorry for me. I was the one that was cheated on. She was really mean to me. She was a bitch. She was this, she was this, she was that. And all that does is basically put you in the victim mindset of saying, people have to feel sorry for me because if they don't, then, I must not be valid. I must not be important. I must not be loved. And that is victim mindset. That mentality will not get you anywhere. That mentality will keep you stuck as a victim, as a lost little boy, as opposed to an empowered man. So here's the difference. Empowered men don't make excuses. They don't look for validation, but they look for a solution. This is huge because you can sit here and go, well, my gosh, all this shit's bad and everything's going to hell in a handbasket and my life is over and my wife is wanting to divorce and all these things. And you can sit in that shame and you can sit in that victimhood for so long, but eventually you've got to get up from that. Just like my video the other day, stop feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to get out of that. What's up, Andy? Yeah, Andy knows this very well. If you go watch Andy's video, he could have easily done this. He could have easily been like, when he called me that day, he tells the story. He called me that day from Florida and he's like, I can't even go to my house because she put an order of protection on me. It would have been very easy for him to just kind of go, well, shit, this is that. And I'm just going to go crawl up in the house and die. Now I got to go move out and blah, blah, blah and do all that. But no, he's like, nope, I'm going to make empowered decisions. I've got some things I've got to take on. Why? Because the world is watching. Your kids are watching. If anything, don't just do it for your kids. You got to do it for you, but know that your kids are watching everything you're doing. And so if you're playing this victim mindset, your kids are watching that, and you're being an example of really a bad father, in my opinion. Any man that acts like a victim is not a good dad, in my opinion. I don't care what you say or, well, I take my kids to baseball and all this stuff. Yeah, but if you're a victim constantly, you're teaching them that it's okay to be a victim. You're teaching them that it's okay to live this way and to live in shame and to live in fear and to live in regret and all those things. Whereas empowered men don't make excuses. They're not looking for someone to just validate their feelings and make everything okay and pat them on the butt. No, they're looking for solutions. And those solutions will take them out of victimhood and into empowerment. That's why we exist. That's why the empowered man exists, to help men go from feeling like lost little boys to empowered men. What's up, Rick? Rick's got that right now. He was supposed to move out of his house, and now he's not moving out of his house because he dropped a power triangle. He's in the program. He's instead of being a victim, he's taking action. And that's what you do. All right, here's the third one before I got to jump off. Victims think the world is out to get them. Victims think the world is out to get them. This is so, oh my gosh, I can't stand it when I see people like this. They basically just look at everything through this lens of you're trying to rip me off, you're trying to get something from me. We get on calls all the time with guys who think we're trying to like scam them, who just think that we just want their money for like whatever. And it's like, dude, you're being a victim right now. Like be a man and like man up to your shit. Don't make excuses. Don't be like, well, I've got to do this thing. And, and they start coming up with all these weird lies. Like I get lied to all the time on the phone. It's really strange. People freak out about money. Like a guy will be fine the whole time we're talking about his life and his situation, all these things. But then suddenly we talk about money. He becomes a victim. And he's like, the world is out to get me. You just want money from me. Everybody wants money from me. All these things. And I've felt that way before. I know exactly what that feels like. I remember being in serious debt and serious issues, and it felt like everybody wanted money from me. And I felt that little boy. I felt that little piece of me that was like, oh my God, I just want to cry. But the thing is I decided to make empowered decisions. Go, okay, what can I control right now? So empowered men seek out opportunities to consistently grow without making excuses. They take extreme ownership over what happens in their life. Look, if you look at your life today and go, everything that's happening right now is my fault. Think about that right now. Everything that's happening in your life right now is your fault. Good or bad. Good or bad. Now, does that mean you take it to the nth degree? Like I don't know, some storm happened and like, wiped out your car or something, like a tornado or something wiped out your car. It's your fault? No, I mean, like, there's certain things that you can't control, but the things that you do have control over, the things that we do have control over are your fault. The very actions and beliefs you have today are very much a result of the actions and beliefs and the way you talked yesterday. So the things that are happening now, the fruit of what is happening now is a direct result of the things that have happened in your past. Guys, the mindset of a victim is dangerous. It is dangerous to your growth. It is dangerous to your potential. I highly recommend getting rid of it. I highly recommend throwing it out of your life and making empowered decisions and becoming empowered men. If you want to do that, hit me up. I'll let you know what that looks like. And I'll see you on the flip side.
Hey, if what you heard today really resonated with you and you want to connect with me, then here's what I want you to do. Pull out your phone right now and go to empoweredman.co/group. That's empoweredman.co, not com.co/group. So you can join our free Facebook group and connect with me there. We also have a ton of free content and trainings in that group to help you when you join. So until then, this is Mark signing off on Empowered AF.